Not everyone is meant to enter this mental society. This is a carefully selected community. Only the chosen ones can join. Hello everybody. Welcome to my society. The next resident who I invited to my society is someone who already lives a fulfilling life and has an asteroid number 3095 named after him. Honestly, inviting him wasn't that easy. He is a joyous spirit who feels that, having finally been freed from the worldly life, there is no need to return and settle in it again. He's made peace with the idea of death. The only thing that persuaded him to join was the opportunity to sit and converse with the cards. Guys, if you haven't watched the card video, you can find the link below this video.
Make the most of what we yet may spend before we too into the dust descend, dust into dust, and under dust to Lars to lie. Saints, wines and songs, Saint singer, and end.
Good morning, sir. Could I kindly ask you not to start drinking this early?
So times have changed after all. People aren't what they used to be.
Alright, no arguments, no matter what I say, you're going to have your wine. Besides, drinking isn't frowned upon like it used to be nowadays. It's even considered classy. Cheers to you, sir. For those of you who don't have any clue about drinking wine in Islam, I have to say drinking alcohol was illegal, and still it is in some countries like Iran.
I don't care much for the future. This very moment, speaking with you, is what matters to me.
Then let's get started on building your house. I've always wondered, how could one person master so many fields? Astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, poetry. How is that even possible?
It's simple. I stayed focused on my own work. I didn't have any distractions like women in my life. I lived inside my own mind.
You sure you didn't have any physical issues, did you? Everything was working fine, down the road?
Maybe. Maybe not. Marriage never appealed to me. I couldn't imagine sharing my life permanently with anyone.
In today's term, we might call you a fuckboy.
That's a rather rude way to put it.
Language evolved, sir. It's not supposed to stay frozen like it was 1,000 years ago.
What matters is that none of it changes the truth. There was a door to which I found no key. There was a veil past which I might not see. Some little talk, a while of me and thee. There seemed, and then no more, of thee and me.
If the world didn't matter much to you, what drew you to the mathematics?
Who said the world didn't matter to me? The world mattered deeply. That's why death was such an unresolved mystery for me. I loved life and living, but could never find an answer to death.
I see. Why did you leave the solution of the cubic equation unfinished for others to solve?
My mind was exhausted. Life wasn't easy for me.
Fair enough. You must have been so tired. But hey, sir, you had students to help you with the observations.
People still don't recognize that thinking is one of the hardest forms of labor. I considered thinking a valuable, exhausting craft, just as tiring as any physical work.
Not much has changed. I studied sociology myself, for example, became a researcher, and yet I have to struggle endlessly just to survive, let alone do the work I love. At least you have a hole named after you. We don't even have that.
Are you serious? A hole?
Yes, there is a hole on the moon named after you. There are restaurants and hotels too, in France, Tunisia, all over.
So, in the end, all that's left of me is a hole in the moon and a few names. I always knew the world was never loyal to any human.
Actually, Gerald really worked hard to keep your legacy alive as a poet. He wasn't too fond of women either. After his disastrous marriage, he stumbled across your manuscripts. With his modest knowledge of Farsi, he translated your poetry.
Did it sell?
Not at first, but eventually you became so famous. They founded an entire society in England in your honor.
So I'm popular there?
Well, not exactly. People gather under your name to drink, have lavish dinners, and if I had to guess, talk about politics.
Why politics?
Because they only allow men into their society. And what do men usually talk about besides football and politics?
So I've become a symbol of drinking and merrymaking?
Yes, sir. Your entire philosophy is now associated with revelry. But don't worry, religion isn't what it used to be, and people aren't nearly as sensitive.
I was always against extremism. No matter what side it came from, I opposed it. Extremism destroys life.
We're still struggling with that, sir. Take a look at your house. It's ready now. Your place right next to the cart. You two are quite similar. Both unmarried, both intense thinkers. The only difference, the cart thought certainty through doubt. You believe certainty itself was an illusion.
Would you that spangle of existence spend? But a secret, quick about it. Friend, a hair perhaps divides the false from the true. And upon what lives does life depend?
What saddens me is that despite all the efforts by people like you to preserve no rules, some countries are still trying to claim it as their own.
What's your name?
Avon,
Truth always survives in history, Avin. Don't worry about the future.
you're right, Mr. Khayyam. Maybe you never imagined that in the future the daughter of your country would honor you more, but I promise you, as long as I breathe, I'll do everything I can to commemorate you and the culture of Iran. Your house is ready now. I hope you enjoy your time with the cart. This is just the beginning of our journey together. Hey guys, thanks for watching me till now. If you want to know who is our next resident, don't forget to subscribe. And also write your comments below and let me know what do you think about the Mind Society. See you in the next video.